Welcome back. Now that you've created your first range, let's go ahead and show you some basic functions on how to manage customers on your range. So if you go to the range configuration list, you'll go to the test range that we've configured. I'm going to click on dashboard. And now the interface that you'll be presented with is a multi-select interface. So you can select any number of lanes at any given time. And the selected lanes is what the action will be applied to. So I want to add a customer to lanes 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to add lanes 1, 2, and 3 and select lanes 1, 2, and 3 and click add. And I'm going to call this customer Pete. And they're just a walk-in, and I'm going to select the 1 hour session. Now, you do have the ability to override the session length with something custom. Say it was 4 hours or 2 hours. Say they wanted to purchase half a day for some reason, or if it's a private event that just walked in, who knows? It gives you the flexibility to add them for a custom amount of time. Now, what is common is that your employees forget to add a customer to the lane. Now, what happens then is they kind of guesstimate on how much time they've used, and they can click on the number of minutes they believe are remaining. But we're not going to do that here. We're just going to add the session of 1 hour to lanes 1 through 3. Click on add, and you see Pete shows up. It shows you 1 hour remaining on their lane time, on their session time, walk in 1 hour, and their name. Pretty much it. Now let's go ahead and add a few more sessions. I'm going to add that 2 hour session, and we're going to call this customer Laura, 2 hours, and nothing custom, nothing override. I'm going to add this to lane 6 and 7. You'll notice that they have an additional 10 minutes. If you remember, when we configured our range, we added additional 10 minutes setup time. This allows that customer to maybe watch an introductory video, or get adjusted, get their bow set up, get their weapons set up, get their golf club set up, get their batting cage ready, whatever it may be. It gives them a couple of minutes extra time. Let's continue. We'll add a member, and we'll call this member Tim. You remember, in the range configuration, we said our members on this particular range are unlimited time. They can stay for however long they want. So I click add session, and you'll notice off to the right that it just shows you that it expires unlimited. It's not going to track the time. So Tim can stay for however long they want. Now let's add a pay-per-use time, and we'll call this customer Keith. Pay-per-use, no additional overrides since we're tracking their time, and they're going to pay by the minute. And when we add Keith to lanes 4 and 5, you'll see minutes used is 0 hours. Now this will keep track of the time, and then when you end the session for Keith, it'll give you an invoice of what you need to charge them in your point of sale system. Now, what happens if you want to move customers around? It happens. Maybe your bail locations change. Maybe there's something that goes wrong on a particular lane and you just need to move customers. So in this instance, I'm going to move customers in lane 6 and 7 to 8 and 9, and they're going to swap. So let's select 6 and 7, just like normal. Now click the move button. You'll see it turn red. That means you need to select the destination lanes, and it needs to equal the source lanes. So I'm going to select 2 lanes. It won't let me add any more than 2. So I have 2 here. It equals the number of the source. So if I had 4 in the source lanes, I would have 4 in the destination lanes. Now to actually move them, just click the move button again, and it will swap these lanes. Now, what happens if the destination lane is empty? Well, what happens is it just swaps the empty lane with the occupied lane. So let's click on Laura, click move, click the destination lane, click move again, and you'll see that Laura goes to 10 and 8 becomes available. Very flexible. There's a lot happening on ranges, so we added this capability so that you can move people around. Now, what happens if you want to extend session times? Say Pete's party comes up to you and says, hey, we'd like to stay for an additional hour. Well, you'd select their lanes, click extend. Now you can extend them for the predefined session lengths, or you can extend them for a custom session length or minutes, right? So in this instance, they want to purchase 1 hour additional time. We just click extend, and you'll see that Pete goes from 57 minutes to 1 hour and 57 minutes. Now, the last thing is ending sessions. How do you remove people off the range? So all you have to do is just click the lanes that you'd like to remove, click end, It'll ask you to confirm, and when that happens, it makes the lanes available. Now, what happens if you need to remove the pay per use? Say Keith comes up to you, says, "Hey, we're done. We'd like to check out." Click their lanes, click end, confirm. It'll actually bring up an invoice. It'll tell you how much to charge them in your point of sale system. It'll tell you how many minutes they've used and the cost of each minute, and then you can either prorate up or down depending on depending on your needs. So let's close this window. Now, one last feature is the ability to clear all lanes. Now, at the end of the day, you might want you might have a couple of lingering sessions or your range was just full and you just need to wipe everything out. So if we hit clear all, confirm, it'll just bulk remove everything from the range. So that's basically how to do basic functions with lane management. We're going to get into the waiting list next. Look forward to it, and thanks for watching again.